The sun has now set over the Riyadh skyline. We are now in the nighttime session. Global Champions League Round 2, just around the corner. A season-defining round of Global Champions League. Throughout this entire season, our Falcons Riyadh United and the Khan Stars have gone head-to-head practically at every single stage, at every single turn. And here we are on the 16th and final stage of the season. And can you believe it? Once again, there is very little between these two championship teams. Khan looking to hold on to their title. Falcons Riyadh looking to become the first ever three-time champion of the Global Champions League, and we'll find that out over the next round of jumping. Let's show you the results quickly of GCL Round 1 as the Rome Gladiators, powered by Cavalleria Toscana, were the surprise package. They were the best double clear of the lot as head of Khan Stars, ahead of Falcons Riyadh, and the Shanghai Swans, further cementing their place in the top four, jump a superb double clear to go on and hold on to that. Razorback International with a single fence down from Emanuele Camilli come in on 4, and the Prague Lions, who much further down the results, had 15 penalties in a very difficult GCL Round 1. But according to the virtual rankings, despite having 15, they are still in 4th place. But let's talk championship, let's talk Khan Stars, let's talk Falcons Riyadh United, as the trainer of Sophie Hinner's David Ville, no stranger to this competition, no stranger to these screens. David Ville, welcome to the show. Nice to have you here. This is tight. This is tense. I mean, we expected it to be tight and tense, but is this all going according to plan? Is this how the script was written? Because it feels like there is just nothing between these two teams.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't be more exciting. It's very little margin in between. Everybody has to do their job now and hope for the best.
What were you and Sophie talking about yesterday, this morning, last week? What have the conversations been like between you two about coming here? It's easy to say jump clear. What has the conversation been like to get her to the point where she feels in the right position to do that clear?
Obviously, the most important for us is to focus on our own performance. That's what's in our control. It's not in our control what Falcons Riyadh United do. Of course, they looked very strong here in the first round already. But yeah, we do what's in our control. We focus on our rounds and try to do our best.
Give me your thoughts on round 1. Having watched Sophie jump clear, having watched Catherine jump clear as well, what did you make of Khan Stars coming out there in round 1?
So I think the plan worked out really well so far. Both jumped clear, both looked very, very good. Both are going to bring a fresh horse for the second round.
So double change for round 2. That's interesting. Talk to me about that, the thoughts behind the double change.
Yeah, this has been planned ahead. Of course, all horses, all riders are different, and we thought this was the best plan to go forward here. So far, it worked very well. Falcons Riyadh, they have a different plan. They looked very strong in the first round and I guess they said never change a winning team, so they're coming out the same.
Exactly. If it's not broken, don't fix it. We'll get Dan Strange on the show later. He'll take us through some of those changes. But as we just spoke about now, a double horse change for Khan Stars, but no changes for Falcons Riyadh United. Gilles Thomas, Hans-Dieter Dreyer both come out as they did in GCL Round 1. Can you give me your thoughts on Falcons Riyadh United? I know we're focusing on Sophie and on Khan, but it's a remarkable display of mental strength to watch your rivals jump double clear. Easy to maybe get a little nervous, to feel shaky. If I think about Hansi's round, if I think about Gilles' round, it just looked so calm, so comfortable. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, they looked very strong. They were not faced by it at all. Now in the second round, we are in that position. We get to ride after Falcons Riyadh United. It is, in one way, it's an advantage. We know exactly what we need to do, what we can do, but at the same time, it's a lot of pressure too.
Because you have to be the team that follows, exactly. And as you say, it's a little bit out of your control, because if Falcons Riyadh jump well and go jump a double clear, it kind of takes the wind out of the sails. Can you give me thoughts on how the team has been feeling if they were to finish second place? Because again, it's such a bitter pill to swallow. Because if I offer anybody a podium finish at the end of the season, I'm sure everyone would want that. But when you get this close and all of a sudden second place doesn't taste as sweet, I imagine, as it may have in the beginning of the year, what are the thoughts maybe of Khan Stars, if you know, if they were to give up this title to Falcons Riyadh tonight?
I mean, of course, if you finish on a podium, the season it shows that the season was pretty good already. So that's for sure. But of course, we are athletes. We are going everywhere to win, not only every single weekend. Of course, also for the overall, and that's what we always aim for. So a second is not quite as sweet as a first, of course.
Have you walked the second round?
Yes.
Tell me what you thought.
Yeah, it's definitely been put up a notch. Very interesting lines. Also in some places not the usual, with the last double of verticals in a tricky place, very skinny, with flowers on under, like very a lot of distraction for the horses. So yeah, not the usual, but that makes it even more interesting.
Do you expect fences to fall? Is it the kind of round that suggests maybe double clears will be difficult? Because again, that changes the whole outlook here.
This all rounds of the Global Champions League always show that the second round changes a lot, and I expect that here too.
Okay, David Will, best of luck for tonight to you, Sophie, to the team. I know you have a lot of work here in Saudi, so we'll let you go. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful night. David Will giving us some thoughts and some reaction. Let's catch up with Dan Strange. Dan, we're talking about changes here. David Will has taken your job, by the way. He's told us about Valkenswaard. He's told us about Kunstars. He's given us the update that there has been a double horse change for the Kunstars. No changes for Valkenswaard. So any more from David, and you are out of the job. Tell us about the rest of the lineup, Dan. Who have you looked at? Who have you spotted? What looks good for you?
Well, the top team, Rome Gladiators, they change both horses. Emmanuel Guadiano rides Julius D in the second round. Yuri Mansa, what a dream debut he's had. He goes on to QH Alphonse Santo Antonio. Now, if we look at the top three teams then, second place Kunstars at the moment. As you mentioned, Katrin Eckermann moves on to Iron Dames, Diallo Blue PS. No surprises there. Sophie Hinners on Iron Dames Sinclair. What a horse to bring in for the second round. Third place Valkenswaard United, top of the table in terms of the championship, are one of two teams to change nothing at all. Hermitage Collon and Gilles Thomas continue, with Hans-Dieter Dreher and Westmal de Coty continuing in the second round. No major surprises with the quality that they have. Doha Falcons, just reference the other team, Mark, with no changes whatsoever. For Shanghai Swans, well, what quality they have. Othello de Guldenboom for Daniel Deusser, and Max Kuhner rides EIC Jump the Queue in horse changes, but not rider changes. And if we look at the likes of Riesenbeck International, Chaco Girl Star for Emmanuel Camili, and Checker 47. Checker 47 comes in for Christian Kukuk, who I can confirm was actually walking the course, eating an ice cream. So Christian is in chilled out mood. For Prague Lions, just one little point of interest. Fernando Martinez Sommer continues on Lady. Peter de Vos changes to Primo DV. No Niels Brunsils this evening. Those are your horse and rider changes for, as you said, what will be a crucial round of the Global Champions League season decider.
All right, Dan Strange, thank you very much. Interesting to see Riesenbeck International, who so often have a no-change policy, here tonight, both making horse changes for Camili and for Christian Kukuk, who, after jumping clear on Shah George, now brings in Checker 47. What a combination that is for those two. Is there going to be a possibility for Riesenbeck International to get into the GCL Super Cup semi-finals? In order to do so, they have to finish inside the top four. They need fences to fall for the Prague Lions, and they themselves need to still be very, very clean. Still difficult to do. Easier said than done, that's for sure. Right, well, thank you very much to David Will, and thank you very much to Dan Strange. We'll come back to you, Dan, in a few moments' time. Let's just remind you then of those changes. Let's highlight them for you on screen here to just give you an update visually of which teams then have made changes today. And again, as always, you'll see a little bit of colour change, a little colour difference between some of these teams. But this is what the virtual ranking looks like. Shanghai Swans look to climb. Prague Lions drop to fourth, but as it stands, still find themselves inside the top four, with Riesenbeck missing out still by 8 points. But most importantly, at the top of the championship, as it stands now, Valkenswaard United would become the first ever 3-time champion of the Global Champions League. There is nothing more that the Kunstars can do from this point. But with the second round still to follow, there's a lot more to talk about, a lot more to speak about. And that jumping will all come your way in a few moments' time. Let's get some thoughts then. We spoke to Dan Strange a little bit earlier on. We get the thoughts from Dan Strange from Riyadh International.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, we're down in the arena. Riyadh International, Emmanuel. It was a good enough first round, but still lots to go for in the second.
Yeah, I mean, my horse jumped really good the first round. Unfortunately, we're one down, but I'm still happy with him. And now we have Chaco Gestaria. Let's see. Let's hope.
Round two, it's always bigger. It's a long old course, this one. Where have you seen that Uliano set the traps?
Well, I could imagine for me it's really difficult, the combination Oxford vertical, and of course the final line is, it will be tough for everybody, I think.
We're by the final line just here. We're just going to wander across it now. So you're coming down from 12, and then it dog legs across, doesn't it, into this double to finish. Just explain why it's so difficult.
I think first of all, it comes in a weird angle, and the horse they think are finished, so they will drag naturally to the left. So it's really important to stay straight. And then it's really close to the end of the ring, which could be a problem there. So we try to ride as good as we can.
Are you confident? Chaco Girl Star's she never looks like the easiest horse. There's a lot going on with Chaco Girl Star, but this is the sort of line. You've just got to let her flow and do her thing and believe in the power and the ability she's got.
Yeah, sure. I try to have it to calm her down on the last line, and then I hope I catch a good distance.
Manuel Committee, I'll go and let you keep walking. Thank you so much and good luck to you and the team. Mark, Riyadh International, confident in what they see here. Back over to you in the studio. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, we're down in the arena.
Thank you very much, Dan Strange. A bit of entertainment getting ready to happen in the ring here. You can see all the lights having dropped. An interesting bit of light show that's starting to build up. And what a beautiful sight this is in and around the beautiful skyline here. If you think about what Riyadh looks like and what a venue this is for our final stage of 2025 in the King Abdullah Financial District here, this is the setting for Global Champions League Round 2. This is the setting for where an 8.5 million euro pot is going to be shared by the end of the night. 2 million euros to go to the champion, 1.4 million euros to go to second place, and €1 million to go to third place. Let's not even talk about the GCL Super Cup in Prague later on, because there's even more money there, over 10 million euros. But we'll talk about that as we get closer to Prague. Let's focus on the 8.5 million euros to be handed out tonight. Let's go back to Dan Strange, who just a few moments ago caught up with some more riders to get their thoughts on the upcoming second round of GCL.
There's a meeting of minds, Mark, in the arena, which we're just going to come and interrupt. Hans-Dieter Dreyer and Sophie Hinnes, it's the two leading teams, it's the title contenders. Hansi, you've just walked the course. What are your thoughts on it ahead of this all-important second round?
It's a really tough course. The last double here is it's a joker, I think. But we will see. We have to make clear, and then it's okay.
This last line, so as easy as that. This last line really is difficult, but why? You're so experienced. Why is it so difficult? Explain to someone at home who may not show jump.
It's two really big verticals, and on the way home, the horses, I think, they start a bit running, and we will see how it works.
Sophie, Hansi's not giving me much. He's not giving much away. How confident do you feel ahead of this round with what Uliano's set you? Because the team are in form, both teams jumped double clear, so it could come down to one fence.
Yeah, I think we got a really difficult course, so now everything matters. I just said to Hamzi, because they jumped clear, now it's a little bit boring. So, but yeah, he said now everything counts, and it's true, and I think it's a very difficult course, so we will see how we end up.
Gilles Thomas did say to me in an interview after the first round, the one frustration he had was you get to jump after them in the second round. Is that an advantage? Do you see that as an advantage?
Of course, we could check a little bit their results and see what we have to, if it comes down to a time or whatever. But I think in the end, in this difficult course, we need to stick to our plan, and we need to try to ride clear. And so I don't know how big this advantage is, because I think that more the penalties count in the end than the time, I think, with this course.
I will leave you to your meeting of great minds. Thank you so much for letting me interrupt, and good luck. May the best team win. Mark, back over to you in the studio. There's a meeting of minds, Mark.
Is that not just an incredible depiction of the Global Champions League, to have two teams, two different teams, having a conversation about the course walk, to have the two championship deciding teams standing together, discussing, talking, sharing thoughts on lines and on fences, because whilst this is incredibly competitive sport, there is that wonderful, wonderful nature between all of these teams in the Global Champions League that even on a day like today, a championship-defining round, still the Canstars and Falcons Rock United can come together to share their thoughts. We are moments away from getting ready for GCL Round 2. This is going to be the round that will define the entire season. This is going to be the round that will dictate where the GCL trophy goes. So stay with us, because we're going to find out next.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Longines Global Champions Tour of Riyadh 2025. We're at the finals. We're in the evening session. It's GCL 2. It's all going to be sorted out this evening. We have a phenomenal evening's competition lying in store for us. We had a fascinating afternoon with GCL 1 over the 155 track. It's a beautiful evening. It's clear. It's 27 degrees, 10% humidity, little or no wind, only 11 kilometers an hour. That's where we are, folks. We are just outside the King Abdullah Financial Center here in Riyadh, in the wonderful Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What the most beautiful setting. Here you can see we have the main jumping arena. We have a fantastic setup here, a couple of beautiful warm-up arenas, and the stage is set for a fantastic evening sport. I can't tell you who's going to win. All I can tell you is that we are set for a nail-biting finale to the GCL of 2025. It's been an extraordinary season's competition. This is the 16th leg, and that's all the difference. Our course builders have been busy. They've been working hard here all day, getting the course ready. Everything is set. There's our course builder, Juliano Vidani. The course is 530 meters, 85 seconds is the time allowed. We have 13 obstacles and 16 jumping efforts. It's a 1.55 meter track. I really look forward to going through this course in a minute. We had a walk around it. It's going to take a lot of jumping. It's a beautiful setting here, I have to say. Everything's been laid out absolutely wonderfully. Speaking to riders and grooms and everybody, they're really enjoying the whole experience. Iron Dames, they're all here this evening. They're all fighting it out for the actual stage win, but also for the series win. Some of the teams will bring up different horses, different riders. Andres Scow, he's definitely going to make an appearance. Fernando Martinez Summer, will he partner up again with Peter DeVos? I'm sure we're going to see them back again. They were awesome in the first round. They've been awesome all season. Ger Gillickson, he's there supporting the Stockholm Swans. Marlon Mandolam Sanatelli, he's supporting his wife. Good crowd gathered now in the arena. A lot of people here getting ready to watch the competition. We're going to have a number of individuals will jump first of all in part of the GCL 2. It's also the Grand Prix qualifier. So we have a number of those who are going to compete first of all. So here's our start list. So Olivia Philipparts is first in, Niels Brussels, Angelica Augustin Zanatelli, John Whittaker, Maria Gabriela Bugel-Gasso, Abdel Said, Harry Smolders, Abdullah Ramalja Al-Raji, Hamzi Al-Dumani, Zanet Nygaard, Khalid Amalini, Mikey Pender's back in, Jana Frederick Meyer-Zimmerman, Eduardo Perez. And then we'll have moved on at this stage to the team riders. So from number 15 on. So come on, Stanley. So then we get back down into the team. We'll see Peter DeVos and Fernando team up again. Edwina and Yorne. Caroline steps up with Nicola Philipparts. We've dropped Oliver. So, and then we've Carlos and Emily Conter. Moving down, Dennis Lynch and Scott Brash for New York Empire. And then we're getting to the really interesting phase. As we can see, the last couple of teams are going to be battling it out for podium places this evening. Rome Gladiators will be the last team in. Canstars, powered by the Iron Dames, they'll be the second last team in. Valkenswaard United, Hans-Dieter Dreyer, Gilles Thomas. They come back in for the second round. They're currently the league leaders. Will they be able to hold out? Will they be able to make it a victory? Will they have a series win as well? Stage is set. Getting ready for our first horses, just looking in the gate. Looking up in the corner at the countdown clock, we have 6, 5, 4, 3 seconds before the competition gets underway. We'll have the first of our individuals just being led into the arena here. As you can see, beautiful setting, beautiful setup. First up is Olivier Philipparts. He's going to ride just him. That's the 16-year-old stallion by Toulon. We always talk about the first riders coming in, the job that they have to do. Currently ranked number 29 in the LGCT rankings with 112 points. Been very successful all year. Been on Nations Cup duty, been on team duties. Done quite a lot of travelling. Just back from Beijing, actually, where he was 7th in the Grand Prix back this month. So we wait for the bell. He's just got the countdown clock. A lot of people will be very interested again to see how this course is going to ride. We're going to watch Juliano set it out again. And we see what distances are. We can see that big plank. It's a very, very tall fence. It comes up quite early in the track. It's the 5th fence. And again, we can see plenty of horses earlier on with a wall early in the track, and the challenges that pose for some of the younger, less experienced horses. So we're going to see, he's going to start here over a vertical. 7 strides down to a nice big oxer, that Global Champions oxer. Decent wide white poles on top. Now turns back, jumps his fence, and now sets up in the distance. This is a 6 stride to a double vertical oxer. Jumps that really well, you can see. He's not on the team, so he's riding for himself. Cuts the corner and he turns up really tight. This is a 16-year-old, so it has plenty of experience. Makes a little adjustment, and that 4 short strides then to that big oxer, two little water trays underneath it, and then a bending line to a tall vertical with a water tray pushed back on it. Now this is brave. He's come up the inside here to the Global Champions Prague playoff fence. Quiet on the 5 to the jump Saudi oxer. Swings left-handed to a double. Fence number 10A, oxer in. 2 strides to a vertical. Takes the 8 strides up to that oxer in the corner. Now turns back, he's come inside again. This is a very smart round. He's gone 11 home. He's been really careful to the last double. The double of verticals, quite short inside. And that's a really smart round to start off our competition. 78.44. A lot of people will have watched that now and will get a lot of confidence. A nice experienced horse. He cut the corners where he could. That'll be given a very solid placing, I will guess, by the end of this evening. And obviously a good place then in the Grand Prix. We move on. Chaco's Lando OL is Bruxelles. This is a 12-year-old by Chaco Blue. That's really neat. I think he might be making a bit of a statement to his team principals, and maybe they figures he should have been left on the team. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, here we go. Jumps the first fence. This is a real smart horse. Stallion. He's a 12-year-old. Six strides, very patient down there. Super technique, you can see. Just asks the riders to stay lovely and quiet and balanced on that line. Turns inside to the tall, sand-coloured, looks like the walls of a castle. And then 4 strides down to a big oxer. Then sharp right turn to that vertical facing into the corner. Comes up the inside as well to this tall vertical. Real test of scope here. 5 strides, not a lot the riders can do on that distance. Just have to sit there and trust your horse. Keep your leg on, keep him motivated. Up the last line. Oxer 2 strides. 8 strides to the oxer. Now near the end of the course. Another brave ride comes inside. And if he comes up here on this, you can see another rider gets out nice and straight, knows this is a big tall double of verticals, really careful. Super jumping. 81.94, goes into second place. Second clear round. Yeah, these are two really nice horses that have just come in 1 and 2. They really met the challenges. So next up, member of the Monaco Comets team for Sweden, Angelica Augusta Zanatelli, Iron Dames Cavillo, Denise Ed. This is by Calvaro FC by the Heartbreaker. It's an 11-year-old stallion looking to qualify for the Grand Prix, looking to be part of the prize fund here as well. So, a real patient ride down there on that 7 strides. You can see that distance just prevents the riders from doing too much or doing too little. Oh, hang on, just spooks off the corner a bit. I wonder, did he see something? You can see we have a big screen there in the corner, you can see it. He just came around the corner, he just stepped in off the line, and that's just made it impossible for his rider. Now we're back on an even keel, over the triple bar. Up on the 6 strides. Now has the front rail, but to be fair, Angelica just needed to keep riding down there and be positive. Don't give this guy, don't let him be cheeky. Now he's going quite nicely. But again, coming in here into the arena under the lights and the atmosphere. But he should know his job. He's an 11-year-old. He looks quite comfortable now, to be fair. You can see that's a big airy fence. Unfortunately, it's going to be difficult now to keep it on the 8 falls. Having had a circle, the clock is definitely going to come into contention. Those time falls are going to be a problem. So you can see the clock is already ticking down the bottom, and there's the double left to finish, so we're going to have a score that's not going to be helpful. Finishes up with 22 faults. Unlikely to feature now in the Grand Prix on Sunday. But there's 2 nice classes tomorrow. There's a nice 150 jump-off class for this horse. Plenty of opportunity to get back into the ring. You can just see here, they say once he stepped in off that track, it's really difficult. And then once we got up and running, there was absolutely no problems with this guy. Popped around then for sport. He was really scopy. I wouldn't be at all worried about that fence. The idea was to get into the double with as much power as necessary and let him pop out. John Whittaker next up. He's also was the reserve man this weekend for Valkenswaard United, a team he's had great association with over the years. Equa in America, Ulnik de Frankfurt. He's a 17-year-old. 17 years young, this horse. We won't mention John's age, but they've been everywhere and done everything. Quite successful, has been a real support of the tour all the way through the years. Been successful all around the world, and his ability to keep finding horses and keep producing them, and all the way these horses travel and jump for him, has that trademark. If you watch John, he's no better man to get a bit of leg on a horse at the base of a jump, and you'll often see him just giving him a little tap of his heel, just sending him out over the back rail. It's his trademark way of going. It has worked so well for him over the years, that lovely light seat and quiet position. But whenever that back rail is a little bit further away and he wants to encourage your horse, you'll just see him, he'll just give the horse a little tap, and look what he does. Fantastic. Yeah, he's brave here. He comes up that inside line as well to this big oxer. This could go into the lead if my sums are right. Pops us brilliant out over a double. I don't believe that last part just down. Came in lovely, came up an inside line. That 4 falls just a little bit outside the time. He'd have split the first two, 76.66. The last fence down, that will probably bring him back, I would imagine. I'd be very disappointed. I'm very surprised we don't see him. So you can just see here, comes in really nice. Jumps the fence beautifully, sits nice and balanced. And just a little bit slow at the near 4. Moving on, we just let John out of the ring. Next up, Maria Gabriel Brugal-Gasso with Jador Flamenco. This is a 13-year-old. We really like this horse. We saw this earlier on. Jumped in Rabat, Vienna, Riesenbeck, Valkenswaard in London. This is her top horse, and you can see why. Really scopy. A real nice expression by Jetem Flamenco. Of course, we remember Billy Toomey riding. Great success out of a Corofina mare. Now, don't shake your head. Maria's a member of that Rome Gladiators team. It's lovely and quiet down that distance. Oh, and just catches the back rail. Of course, Spiller on a couple of occasions here on these shorter distances has made them, what I've said, a little bit on the quiet side. Really testing the rider's control and scope. You can see those big striding horses just having to wait a little bit. And that just makes the back rail a little bit more vulnerable. Now, again, you can see comes up the inside. She'll know she's had a fence down, so doesn't want to be too slow. Once we wanted quicker 4 falters if possible. And again, gives great respect. You can see all the riders have come out and squared up for this last double. Finishes it on the 9 penalties. Unfortunately, that's not going to... That wasn't the result she was hoping for. It's a really nice horse. Just needs to... A couple of small mistakes, but that's the margin of errors. On this, we just watch this again. Comes to this. Jumps that lovely. Here we go. This is on that distance. Just watch. This comes down on that back rail. What a pity. Next in, Abdel Said, Istanbul Warriors. He rode for them earlier this afternoon. Now he comes out with Vasco Komklasov. It's an 11-year-old mare by Zinedine out of a Lord Z mare. Sets out at a good rhythm. Naturally very quick rider, lets his horses travel, just keeps them balanced. You can see just sits really quiet. And there's a real example on that distance. He just has to sit patient. Just make sure you keep the canter engaged and let that fence, let that double come to you. Thankfully it's a vertical going in, so that's horse friendly, rider friendly. Who's a big scopy horse, you can see. Just goes high every time. So you can just see Abdul having to make the adjustments that are necessary. Oh, he's caught the back rail on that double. This horse has a slightly unusual technique. You can see, unlike some of the horses that really opens up their front legs, this guy, he opts to go take the scopy route. Really powerful and fabulous canter behind. You can really watch how he puts that hind leg up underneath him. Finishes on the 4 faults. We'll have to wait and see. But I say this mare is Little bit of an unusual technique. Comes up high, you can see really high with her front end. Just comes down on the back rail. Didn't get as high as we want. We'll see it a little bit more here. Just the timing, well off on that occasion. We'll move on to the man that's had so much success here in the last number of weeks. Harry Smolders next into the ring. On this occasion, he rides Bingo du Parc, this 14-year-old gelding by Mylor Cathargo out of a De Montessemble mare. He's had so much success. He was first in the Grand Prix in Rome. He was second in the Grand Prix in Vienna. He was third in Riesenbeck. He won in Valkenswaard. He won in Cannes. He's here to see if he can add another Grand Prix. Not a member of one of the teams. I'm sure any team that's out there would have loved to have his services. I'm sure when the transfer window opens up for the 2026 season, there'll be a number of people, I'm sure, looking for his services. He's up on the left-hand side. You think he's taking the flag out there. His trademark really forward style. You can see that light seat, hands out in front. And you just watch him as he gets close to the fence. He actually just drops his shoulder that little bit, but he keeps his leg on. Lovely and straight. Whoa, and just with that water tray. Now, I expect we're going to see Harry just move up the pace a little bit now. Just drop in here a little bit. Won't take any longer than he has to. He'll be conscious that he wants to qualify. Now, right, Bingo. You have a job to do. Stay on the rhythm. Keep the concentration. You can see he's really tight back here. Really brave. But so accurate. 10 strides to that double of verticals to finish the track. Finishes on the 4, 81.36. Puts him into 5th place at the moment. Just you can just see Bingo here. Comes around the corner. I thought he got straight, but watch how he just drifts a little bit. Didn't get his shoulder perfectly straight, and then that top rail, watch the front end just a little bit out of kilter. He's going to have to sit out and wait. But he's quite comfortable over there, and stand on the right-hand side behind him. I'm sure they'll look after him over there. He'll get something nice to eat. He can wait out. We move on. Abdulrahman Al-Jahari. Raji on Ventigo. This is a 12-year-old gelding by Van Hisling. Ranked number 75 in the world. Wow, he's gone high there. Now really stretches over that oxer. So he turns up really tight here to this, and really brave. It's a big horse. You can see huge body to him and massive stride and loads of scope. Little red flag on his tail. That just indicates the riders not to come too close behind, that he can get a little bit spooked. Huge power in this horse. See what he does when he gets into the air. He's got great use of himself as well. Keeping it all together very nicely now. You can see, quick as he can, just turns back around the corner. It's a big ox, you can jump it on a little bit of an angle, take a chance, and then move up. And now he's just going to sit up and get straight. Just balance the horse, pop in, support him. And what's happened there is a lower pole has fallen. We're going to have to see that in slow motion. We don't see that every day. We have 3 poles. The bottom one is on an angle, but there's a little bit of a push in front of it. And I think, I'm not sure did it boot come off, but he's on a clear round. Puts him into 2nd place. He'll be really happy with that. But we really have to see this in the replay. Watch the pole. Horse is very good here. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe we might get another angle on it, but it's a lower pole and therefore no penalty. We can see one of the boots flying off all right, but I don't think that was the offending article. We'll have to wait and see. We don't see that every day. But a super round, big scopy horse. He'll look forward to coming back. So Olivia Philippart currently in the lead. Abdulrahman Al-Raji, he goes into second place. Niels Brussels, he's in third. Abdel Said with 4 falls, he's in fourth. John Whittaker with 4 is in fifth at the moment. And we move on. Ramsey Alduma, Untouchable 32. That's 12-year-old mare by Van Rysling out of a Ladies King mare. Another horse you can see with that mask on his face. Carries his tail quite high as well. Just keeping him nice and organised. You can see it just gives the horse plenty of support coming off the ground to that front rail of the Oxer. Really careful there. Lovely big horse, you can see. Really looking at the fence, his ears pricked. Well, unfortunately, we spoke about how we just had to support that horse off the front rail. Didn't quite work enough on that occasion. Now, big Oxer, 2 strides to the vertical, has a little bit of a rub there. You see Ramsey just keeps the horse to get connected. Doesn't want to let him get too loose and get strung out, then he'll lose the power that he needs. Now you see him set up for this last double of verticals. Really sits the horse back in his hocks, pops in. Oh, really helps him, has a good rub on the way out, but finishes on the 4 falls. I think he'll be quite happy with that. It was an unlucky fence down. Yeah, worked hard all the way around. You watch him here, jumps in really nicely here. Really supports the horse. Yeah, I had to help him, but the horse appreciated on that occasion. But not, unfortunately. This run down to the vertical here, and you can just see the horse's body, just the momentum kept coming, and wasn't able to snap the front legs out of the way just quick enough. Now, Sasha Nygaard, Come On Coffee PS. She jumped into this afternoon's 155 class with Karina PS. She was clear in that for her team, the Basel Cosmopolitans. So they're going well in the team competition. She's done her bit, so now she's out this evening with Come On Coffee PS. This is only a 9-year-old who has gone high and caught the back rail by Casalco. I've seen this horse on a couple of occasions. Saw it in for the first time in Valkenswaard, and I thought it looked this fabulous horse, a real horse with a future. Just gone a little bit spooked in here now, but you can just see there when you see it get it together over that big Oxford. It's a beautiful horse, lovely scope, and all the ability to move its body through the air. Another horse with a little fly mask on. 4 or 5 strides of big Oxer, and there he gets to show his scope and technique. Out of a Contendros mare. Ooh, look at that for scope. 2 strides. Just gets a little unbalanced on the second part. Oh, and she's just struggling a little bit, I think, just with the atmosphere and the lights. Sasha has just made a decision now. It's only a 9-year-old, really promising. It's one of my favorite young horses on the circuit at the moment. It's a big ass coming in here. It's a 1.60 m track with all the travel. So I think discretion is a better part of valor. This is definitely a horse we're going to see an awful lot more of. But it's a real jumper. Look at the scope and the height. And it really wants to leave the fences and the cups. Just tonight is just not her night. Here we go. Whoa, you can just see she just stalls a little bit off the ground there, just trying to power off. That's just a timing issue. But I think that's a clever call. Jana, her teammate there, the kiss and cry. So just check the horse over. We have a couple of nice classes tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to see the mare back in here tomorrow. And particularly, there's a big difference for these young horses when they come back in the afternoon in ordinary daylight. Next up, Khalid Al-Mubdi and Diana Dupervue Z. This is a 10-year-old by Du Merci Vanti. Sets out on a nice rhythm. You can see this horse carries his head quite high, but he's got good use of his shoulder. Yeah, and you can just see the white on the bit, just one of those nice soft plastic snaffles. And a good shot there of that 4-stride distance coming across the corner. We just keep coming here around the corner. We've had a fence down, unfortunately. They're a really smart horse and really well ridden and presented to each fence here. And Khalid will be happy. Just try and keep it on the 4 now. His horse is quick across the ground, so could be in contention. Be a quick 4 falter for qualification. Oh, he just spooks a little bit. Only a 10-year-old. He's taking a chance there and he just cut the corner. I think that young horse, just a little bit of inexperience, just got caught out, didn't get straight. Pops the last double, finishes on 8 penalties, 80.93. Unlikely to see it back in the Grand Prix, but we'll definitely have plenty of classes and we'll see more of it before the weekend. We'll just watch here, look, you can see. Just has the slightest little rub. Khalid looked like he had done everything right. Just didn't get high enough on that fence number 7 with the water tray, possibly just causing a little bit of distraction. Another rider in the ring now that we saw this afternoon. HHS Los Angeles, 11-year-old mare by Le Boy of a Cavalier Royale bred by Marion Hughes and down at Cuffs Grange in Kilkenny. Big breeding operation, production, and both her and her husband all competed. Mikey and her daughters, it's a big operation down there now. Mikey gave Los Angeles a jump in the earlier class. Just kind of felt yesterday when I was chatting that she just needed. Had 2 fences down and just looked like her timing was a little bit off, but finished up really nicely. It'll be really interesting to see. Mikey's one of our consummate horsemen. He's still a young athlete, but he's done an awful lot. Ridden on Nations Cups. Ridden at the highest level and a real contributor here in the GCT. Won a Grand Prix as well at this level. Now, means business on this time, and the mare looks really smart. The youngest ever winner of the Hickstead Derby has that fence down. Looked like he'd done everything right. Had the front rail down in front. Come on, no, he's fairly good on the time. I think he could be definitely one of the quicker 4 falters. He set out at a good pace in the beginning. Just want to keep moving now without having a fence down. Of course, that's the challenge. So it goes a little bit wider, gets straight. He gives the mare a good bit of support, and now he can't be too brave here. Has to sit up. That's well done. Now rolls in, powers out, finishes 80.66 on the 4 penalties. Puts him in 7th place at the moment. Another guy going to have the waiting game. You just see it here now. Well, hard to see exactly what happened there. Just the slightest little touch. The mare just reached out with her front legs as she was just about to tuck them up. Just the timing ever so slightly up on that distance there. It's a big airy oxer. It's only got 4 poles in front. Very, very light. You can see the yellow cup. Absolutely no margin of error whatsoever. Nice snaffle bridle, real simple setup as well. We move on. Jana Frederick Zimmerman, Meyer Zimmerman, Iron Dames, Just a Dream. It's only a 9-year-old gelding by Toulon out of a Cavalier Royale. It's Irish bred by Jimmy Lawler. Nice to see these horses coming through, and I'm sure if you're a breeder, You'd be delighted to see the likes of Jana riding any of your horses. All these world-class riders give these horses every opportunity to get to the highest level. Just a Dream now just needs to settle down a little bit. Stop shaking his head. So Jana just takes a little bit. You can see just steadies there on the corner. Just lets everything get organised. This guy is a big jumper. Scopy. Just needs to settle and let. So as you can see, that just slows things down a little bit. If you've got to set up your horse a little bit more, you just have to do a bit more work. And there you go. And that distance is so difficult down that distance when you can't do anything. You have to sit quiet and the horse stay on a nice even rhythm. We're going to have the same down this line as well. Can we just keep it organised? It's well ridden. And then you get a really nice jump and it's much less physical effort for the horse. Turns back, comes to just a big oxer, and now we're going to have to just set up for the double verticals. 2 fences down, unfortunately, but a great experience for a 9-year-old. Pops in, goes nice and deep, and look at the technique coming out. 2 time penalties when you have to start making all those adjustments. Just rebalancing your horse, that takes time. You have to add up another stride here and there. Finishes up on a time of 86.15. So 10 penalties, 2 time penalties to add to the 2 jumps down. You can see, look, Jana really trying to support the horse here. Just youthful enthusiasm, I think, is probably the best description at the moment. Loads of technique, loads of ability. We just have to get calm down a little bit and just work with the rider and take instruction a little more. That's a difficult line with a horse that's just trying to take over all the time. But he's going to learn from that. Beautiful view of the arena here. Just the horse comes out of the ring. There's the groom on the far side. Just quick once over. Then back in, that's the main warm-up arena. To the side of that then is one with the tent. It'll be a little bit cooler. Just trot the horse off. Nice, let it relax. We have the last of the individuals. So Messi's Whiz Kid PS, this 10-year-old gelding by Messenger out of a Cantargo, ridden by Eduardo Pereira de Menez, ranked 101 in the world from Brazil. Rides for the Mexico Amigos. Has an early fence down. We'll see what he opts to do now. Is he going to try and be one of the quick 4 falters? 10-year-old. Goes a little bit depending on where this horse is in his development. But Eduardo looks like he's just keeping up a nice even rhythm. Nice type, you can see real nice length of rein, loads of scope. Good active hind leg and real nice technique over the jump. Our course builder is testing all the skills and competencies that you need to be a Grand Prix horse tonight. You need the control, you need the balance, but you also need the scope, carefulness, and you can test your technique when you can see the likes of this double that horse comes to now. You meet him, oxer going in, horse has to have good technique so they land nice and balanced. And then look down this line here on that distance. Just you have to stay patient. It's a big oxer coming off the corner. And now, brave, intelligence. And again, coming to the end of the track, this is really difficult. And the riders are really attentive to this last double of verticals. And you can see the flowers added in at the base, just to add to it. So, finishes up with the 2 fences down on 8 faults. That's the last of our individuals. Okay, so at the moment we have Olivia Philipparts, Abdul Rahman Al-Raji, Niels Brussels, Ramsey's in 4th, Abdal is 5th, and John Whittaker's in 6th. And we're going to take a break and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Okay, we just see them here. They're just getting the arena ready. We'll be back to you in a few minutes, and we look forward to the big class. Thank you. welcome back everybody. Second round of Global Champions League. We're in Riyadh for the finals. It's absolutely stunning here. Everything is set up. We've had a wonderful day's competition. We are just in the foreground of the King Abdullah Financial District. That's our main arena. That's what we're looking at. We zoom in here, and that's the backdrop that we're competing against. It's absolutely stunning here. Beautiful bright skies. We've had a wonderful day. It's clear evening. It's 26 degrees, 15% humidity. There's little or no wind, only 10 kilometers an hour. The stage is set, the lights are on, the course is ready. We are ready for a nail-biting finish. This is the 16th leg of the league. And our previous winners, Riesenbeck International, they won it in 23. Saint-Tropez Paris won it in 22. We're going to have to battle it out this evening to see who the 2025 winners are going to be. So overall, Valkenswaard United are coming in the lead. They have 296 points. They are 6 points ahead of Cannes Stars, who are then just slightly in front. Well, a bit in front of Prague Lions, Shanghai Swans, Riesenbeck International, Madrid in Motion, Basel Cosmopolitans, Istanbul Warriors, Saint-Tropez Pirates, New York Empire, Mexico Amigos, Stockholm Hearts, Scandinavian Vikings 171, Rome Gladiators 162, and then Doha Falcons, Monaco Comets, and the Paris Panthers. The last of the arena work is being done. I think we're going to have a quick look around, and we might get to see the highlights from round one. So, Riesenbeck International, Emmanuel Camilli comes in. They're fifth overall. So he finished on 4 falls. He handed over to his teammate, Christian Kirkuk and Shea George. Next in then we had the Cannes Stars. They're second after round one. They're second overall. Sophie Hinners on Iron Dames Kombala. She finished on 0. And then we saw her teammate, Katrin Eckermann. She came in on the ever festive Chao Li, and she also went clear. Shanghai Swans, Daniel Dicer, Gangster first up. Again, fourth after round one, fourth overall. Another clear round from the master. Then he handed over to his teammate, Max Kuhner. He came in on Julius EIC, Julius Caesar. He wasn't to be outdone. He jumps a clear round as well. So Shanghai Swans are also on 0 at the moment. Then the Prague Lions, 12th after round one. They're third overall. Peter de Vos on Jarina. Wasn't to happen today for him. He's been so successful. It's been such a strong pairing all the way through. He handed over then to his teammate, Fernanda Martinez Sommer and Lady Van Haveroff. Kept it together, just finished with that one fence down, finished on 4 faults. And then Valkenswaard United. So they lie in third place after round one. They're first overall in the league, let's remember. Hans-Dieter Dreyer Elysium came in foot perfect all the way around. And then he handed over to the superstar partner on this occasion, Gilles Thomas, Armitage Cologne. They're here, they mean business. They've pulled out the big guns, foot perfect all the way. This was an exhibition. But we'll see what's going to happen in the rest of the evening. As you say there, Gilles is wearing the leader's armband. Will he be on the podium? We're going to have to wait and see. So the Rome Gladiators are in the lead on the individual standings. Cannes Stars, second. Valkenswaard United are third. Shanghai, Riesenbeck, Basel Cosmopolitan, Madrid, New York, and the Mexico Amigos. Stockholm Hearts, Monaco Comets, Prague Lions, Scandinavian Vikings. Paris Panthers are trying to help themselves. They've moved to 14th. Then we have Saint-Tropez. So let's go through our course very, very quickly. We can see the arena is 87 by 57. We're under the floodlights now on this occasion. It's a team competition. It's 1 round against the clock, 375 meters a minute. We have 13 obstacles, 1 meter 60. We have 16 jumping efforts. We start across the middle on a very straightforward 7 stride distance up to fence number 2. Then hang left-handed, We come to 3 over here in the corner. We've had 1 horse spook. It's a triple bar with a very patient 6 strides. Little maybe quiet for some of the big scopy horses. Down to a double at 4A and 4B. So this is 1.90 m. It's a serious triple bar. And then 6 very patient strides. You just stay balanced. We're going in here. It's the full 1.55 m on the way in. 8.20 m. And then look at this. 153, 160 wide. It's a big oxer. It's a wide oxer. And then hang left-handed. They're going to come inside to fence number 5, which is this sand-coloured castle wall is the best description. With again another 4 patient strides up to a big oxer with those 2 circular water trays underneath it. Now, tall vertical fence number 7 up in the corner. Difficult to get at, and as you can see, it's angled into the stand a little bit. Now back right-handed across, we have the Prague Global Champions vertical. Really airy tonight, 1.60 m. Down 5 quiet patient strides to the Jump Saudi big oxer, very open. Now back right-handed, and we've another double. An oxer in. 1.53 m, 1.60 m wide. 2 strides then, and look, 1.55 m vertical on the way out. And now heading up to fence number 11. 8 or 9 strides, depending on what the riders are trying to do. Most of them are kicking patient, don't want to get too quick. Back to fence 12, they're going to come inside here. It's a tall, wide oxer, but they've all jumped it really well so far. And now we have to be patient. We'll come inside. Unusual, we have a double of verticals to finish with at 13A and 13B. Maximum height. Little bit of a bush at the bottom of it. It's the Longines signature fence. There's the man responsible, Giuliano Visani. He's an outstanding course builder. And let's have a look at our start list. We're getting ready for a wonderful evening. The Doha Falcons up. Doha Falcons up first. Sheikh Al Kahid Al Tahani, he's up first with Come On Stanley. We're followed then by Istanbul Warriors. Henry von Eckermann, he steps up. Simon Deleste, he joins him. Saint-Tropez Pirates. We're going to have Gregory Coutard, Tillaby, Philip Arts step up. Clara Pizzoni, Paris Panthers, Guido Grimaldi. They come in next. Scandinavian Vikings, Laura Triba. And George Matt steps in. Fernando Martinez Sommer and Peter DeVos for the Prague Lions. Comet, the Monaco Comets, powered by Aaron Dames. Edwina tops Alexander on Caitlin, followed by Jorn Spree. Stockholm Hearts, Caroline Horvath Pedersen, Nicola Philipparts. Mexico Amigos, Carlos Hanquera, Emily Conter. New York Empire, Dennis Lynch is back, change of horse. Scott Brash is back as well, also a change of horse. Hello Jefferson for the second round. The 11 team we have, Madrid in Motion, Kin Emin on Imagine, Michael van der Vleuten on Beauville, what a pairing. The Basel Cosmopolitans, Andreas Scow and Jana Wagners. Riesenbeck International, Emil Camilli and Christian Kukuk. Look what he's riding, Checker 47. Shanghai Swans, Daniel Dicer and Max Kuhner are back. Jump the queue, Max. And then Falcons Vard United, Hans-Dieter Dreyer. Vasily de Contes, Gilles Thomas, he's back with Hermitage alone. And then Cannes Stars, Sophie Hinners on Iron Dame Sinclair, Catherine von Eckermann on Iron Dames Dalu PS, Blue PS. And then last in for Rome Gladiators, Manuel Gardiano and Julius D. With Yuri Mansour on Alphonse Santo Antonio. Let the competition begin. There's so much to play for. Not only have we got this evening's leg of the league and the serious prize fund for that, but we've got the $8.5 million for the series winners. And it makes a huge difference. There's a huge prize fund all the way down. I know the guys in the studio will have spoken about it at length. We're here, we're going to watch this. First horses in the ring. So Doha Falcons, they come into the series in 15th place overall. Just waiting for the clock, everybody's in position. So there's the kiss and cry, everybody in position. Just waiting now for the bell. Sheikh Ali Khalid Al Tahini, he rode Command Stanley in the earlier class, had a fence down on that, jumped really, really well. I think that'll have just set him up for this evening. He's a lovely big horse. He's a 10-year-old by Sakado out of a Kalido mare. Real nice modern type of show jumper. Gets us underway down this patient distance. And you can see the sculpt of this horse and a huge, fantastic technique. Another horse you can see with the little fly mesh on his nose. Now pops his triple bar. 6 strides. Just keep it organized, keep it balanced. Come on, Stanley, just getting a little bit stronger there. So you can just see he's gone inside those 2 fences. 4 strides. Oh, and that front rail is gone, unfortunately. Now squares up for that very difficult vertical up in the top corner. And again, you can see he's opted to come inside to this vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patient strides again. And what you can see the course builder is doing, he just slows you down a little bit. You know, particularly when you're conscious that time is of the essence here, and that's difficult. We've had another fence down. Keeps up the rhythm, comes through the corner. Takes the 10 strides here, just very neat and through the double. Finishes up on the 8 falls, 82.58. Solid round, no real mistakes, unfortunately. We'll see it in the replay, just barely touched those fences. Yeah, you have to go in here and you have to set out at a reasonable pace. There's no point in risking time falls, and also you're conscious. You can just see there the horse is just a little bit slow with his technique in front. Came up to distance, lovely, controlled the 4 strides after the tall planks. Come on, Stanley just needs to be a little bit quicker with his shoulder. He hands over to his teammate, Willem Vermeer. Willem didn't have a great show in the first competition, had to take a circle and got a lot of time falls as a result. Back now with the same horse, Damore JMG Zed. He's a 10-year-old. You can see Willem already having to get a little bit more animated. So he just wants to get this horse now to settle onto the job. You can see he's a big horse, big striding horse. Riding him in a palom with 2 reins. Now, stay up on a nice rhythm. 2, 3, 4. That's very well ridden. You can see just landed quiet and then used. Knew the distance was going to be a challenge. Shortened the first stride. Damore just drifted a bit there when he took off. Nothing the rider can do about that. He's very good there. Now pushes him out wide. Wants to give him plenty of room here. Yeah, come on. By the side of the arena. That's superb riding. This horse got very spooked in the ring earlier on today. So Willem is doing a really good job of encouraging this horse now. He's only 10-year-old under the bright lights over a 1.60 m track. It's a big step up, and if it goes a little bit wrong, it can be a real difficult evening. Finishes up really nicely. Has a 12 faults. You don't add that to their score from this evening. I don't think it's going to help them much. They definitely won't be contenders. So second round score of 20. You just see it here. He just drifts. He was straight to the fence, but just when the horse went to take off, he just drifted to the right. You can see it there again on the replay.
Tough night for the Doha Falcons on the final stage of the 2025 season. The Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team, are the next team in. If you want to watch the Istanbul Warriors, you want to watch the big finale here in Riyadh of the 2025 GCL season, sign up for that GCTV pass. Come join us in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where a champion is going to be crowned by the end of the night. Falcons Zwart or the Kant Stars, powered by the Iron Dames. We'll find out tonight.